All right, guys, we got my 2.0 here, and this is the crack that made me take on a good 3 gallons of water today. And this isn't really something anybody would need to bring to me to fix. This is something you can do yourself with a good soldering iron and a little bit of light. So I'm going to show you how to do that, and hopefully this will be helpful to somebody. Unfortunately, this is going to happen to probably all these 2.0s eventually. I thought this was going to be a situation where people were storing it wrong, strapping it down, doing something where it was, this has been caused by abuse or neglect or improper something. But I keep it flat. I don't keep any pressure on it, and this is just a matter of heat and contraction, heating and cooling cycles. It got really cold here this year. We were down in the teens a couple times, so I think that had something to do with it. It is what it is. So the plastic back there in the transom isn't very thick. On all the repairs I've done before, I barely put any heat on there, and just started to melt through when I was hitting the insert for the transom mounting hardware. So there's not a lot of plastic there, and well, it is what it is. So we're gonna fix this up. Hopefully you can see what's going on here enough. And all I've got here is just a 100-watt soldering iron, and all you're gonna do is just melt the crack back together again. You just get some good penetration, and then you do a little bit of folding back and forth. Make sure the layers come back together again. You see, I'm just barely going in there, and it's hitting metal. The anchor that's in the mold that the transom bolts to. So there's not a lot of plastic back here, and as such, it's not very strong in any heating and contracting, and any kind of stress that might have been in it from the molding process or whatever contributes to that. See, I'm bottomed out. All right, but you're just folding that over itself and putting a little pressure there to squeeze it back together again. You just keep doing this, working your way down. And where the crack started, or was stopping, wherever it was ending, go past that, half an inch or so, to make sure any following stresses there are relieved. It's kind of like drilling a hole in a crack, but here you want to drill a hole, just melt past it. Now bear in mind, this is just getting you down the road. This is getting it going again. This isn't a permanent fix, because this is probably going to happen again, and I don't really know if there's a way to prevent this from happening in the first place. So don't put any goop or any sealant or anything like that. Just weld it. Keep it clean. That way when you want to come back, and if it ever cracks again, you can just weld it again. You can do this indefinitely. But if you start putting goop and sealants and all kinds of stuff in there, trying to make it last longer or keep it from doing it again, all you're doing is just making any future repair very, very difficult and potentially impossible. So don't be sticking anything in here. Just melt it. All right. Once you've gotten that inside part, then And you can come back out here, look in the tunnel, and see if I can get that thing to focus. And you'll see where it was trying to melt through. That kind of tells you were getting penetration, but you want to come back through there with the iron and smooth that out, and make sure that doesn't have any more cracks or stuff hanging down there. You want to clean that up. But I think you get the idea there. But that'll get you sealed up and back on the river without taking on water or sucking air, because that's what was going on there. I'd stop and it would take on water, and then when I'm going, boom, I'm sucking air and losing my speed. So that's the fix, and you guys can do that yourself. No need to stress over it. It's not a big deal, but it's a big deal. But something you guys can do yourself. So, alright, we'll catch you in the next video, which will be my big long run, hopefully 50 miles upriver and down. So that'll be fun. Alright guys, till then, I'm out.